I'm gonna give you all a few more minutes because I did say five, and I think I gave you five. Um, Hello, you guys. I was waiting for people. You guys came on, and I'm happy you guys did. Um, today's today's been a crazy day. It's been a good day, but it's been a crazy day. Um, I sorry, I can't help stop laughing because I mean it. When we got done, hey Nelly, when we got done with the live this morning, which I thought went fairly well. I mean, everybody has their own opinions, and I do respect that. I mean, you can have your own, you can have your opinions, you can, you have your own feelings. I'm not here to deny you those feelings or whatnot. I really am not. I mean, hello, Brenda and Brenda. Well, hello, Brenda and PA. That's how I'm gonna separate the two of you. Two Brendas in the same room. Oh, but we decided to watch a, we decided to watch Madam Web, and I will say, from my own opinion, it was a decent movie. But I mean, the whole point of Madam Web in the Spider-Man universe is she's a mysterious person who can practically, project herself anywhere and guides Spider-Man. So this whole movie was just a like, who is she really? Let's make up a story. And since everything Spider-Man revolves around a spider biting somebody, in this case, the main character's mother, while she was in vitro. I mean, the scenes were okay. I mean, it wasn't like I mean, personally, it wasn't one of the best Marvel movies I've seen since the franchise began making live action movies. But again, my opinion. If you haven't seen it, and you like the Marvel universe, I will say go ahead and give it a try. Make up your own opinion or your own mind about the movie. And then I wanted to watch. History has on its channel. It has a series about the Bermuda Triangle, and unfortunately, because the way History Channel is doing their system or whatnot, we couldn't get into it because it was a combination of you had to be able to sign on via a multitude of apps, and then it was giving us the spinning wheel of doom, and I just went, you know what? It's just something I wanted to check out. It's not like 911. We got to see this. No, no. There's a lot more important things in history or on the History Channel. Unfortunately, like I said, the History Channel has one of these like it's locked and you have to gain access. Whatever. Oh yes, I've watched The Curse of Oak Island since day one, and I think it's great. I mean, they're starting to finally get to areas where they're finding evidence of Norse or Viking influence, and I'm like, I knew it. I knew it. Something told me, they're going to be involved somehow. So, mom got me hooked onto it. Just the whole premises of an island that's supposedly cursed, and anybody who goes looking for this treasure, somebody ends up dying, and they've got like a list of people, and they're waiting for one more death in order for the curse to be lifted or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, I'm sorry for whoever ends up biting it, but yeah, this is like combination of Knights Templars dropping off treasure and the Norsemen traders getting involved, showing the Knights Templars how to cross the ocean. all the stuff that's interconnected, and it's like, wow. And they're finding evidence of connections in Norway and Italy and France, I think it was. And I'm just like, wow, this is getting really in depth and very interesting for somebody like me who's not only a Viking history buff, but a possible connection, from ancestral days. But hey, but they're just finding evidence because of the way the Knights Templars drew an image or images into various stone objects, or even there's a couple pieces of evidence within what they call the rune stone in Norway, where they've got symbols on that rune stone, or a couple other different ruins and runes, not just ruins, but runes of Templar influence. And it's like, okay, I do know that about the time the Templars could have been an influence on the Norse community. A lot of the Norse countries, the five Norse nations, were becoming Christians at the time. So it's like interesting, very, very interesting. So it's like, how can you not get interested in this? Because, I mean, in one way or another, anybody who's ever been connected, or their ancestors could be connected to the Norse, or not the Norse, the Knights Templars or the Norse, have their hands involved in this Curse of Oak Island. So it's really interesting. Nice to see you too, Margaret. I am glad you are here, or Marguerite, however you want to go. I don't want to interest. I don't want to cause issues. I don't know if it's a pay the History Channel or if you have to sign on through your provider. Like we tried to sign on via Hulu, and it just kept giving us the ring of doom. So I don't know what it is. It could be cable. It could be, I don't know. It could be my system. I don't know. So it's one of those like, nah. But that's for a different show. This is not for Curse of Oak Island. Is free, so I don't have to worry about paying for it. It's the show that I want to watch that had to do with the Bermuda Triangle. Um, okay, Margaret. I same to you, Becky. It's good to see you. Um, I'm waiting for a couple more people. I hope they show up. Like Bluegrass, aka JD. Mm, I think somebody. Well, I'd like to see Sheila on here as well, but there's just a few other people that I want on here before I start talking about specifics or certain things. Um, because I mean, I don't know how many times I can apologize to Mona. It's um, it's really up to her how she goes. It's a thing like that. Yeah, it's anytime I get that circle, it just spins and spins and spins. I just call it the ring of doom. Um, so yeah. Hold on. I know you were crying during your live earlier today. Well, it's Jerry's live, but yeah. Um, I was crying because I really did not want Margaret, or not Margaret. I really didn't want to hurt Mona's feelings with what was said last Sunday, and what was getting to me that caused me to cry was just it felt like nobody gave a dang. That instead of trying to be understanding or whatnot, they all wanted to just jump on my back and ridicule me and just you know all kinds of stuff I didn't want to deal with. So I was getting upset because of that. Um, let's see here. Oh, okay, Raku. Yeah. I don't know how much I'm paying. I know it's through T-Mobile, and that's one of the reasons why we have so many problems. Is I don't know what's going on with T-Mobile, and the router, their router is sitting in a window on mom's side of the house, and it still gets weak to poor signal on a good day. So it is what it is. Oh, hey Sheila, I didn't. Okay, okay, you were in the background lurking around, just listening. I know that's how you've been doing things lately, and I understand why. I really do. Um, how do I? Oh, sorry, folks. I didn't know if that was going to be a sneeze or a yawn. Um, but um, to clarify a couple little things, and hopefully JD is going to be able to watch this later. But JD said it earlier today that he hates witchcraft, which I totally get, and there's a lot of people who do. But I am in no way, shape, or form a um, I guess the word would be pagan, because I still believe in Christ. I still believe in God. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I am deeply rooted in Christianity due to my upbringing. Um, I know a lot of people who um, hey, what am I? Oh my! I know a lot of people who listen to some of the things that I'm doing are thinking, "Oh no, he's getting too deep into witchcraft or anything like that." Um, what I am more deep into than anything else is what they call herbalism, and herbalism is basically the same thing that they were doing back in Christ's time. They were taking herbs and yeah, herbs and various different plants and using them for medications. Um, you know, certain medications for women who are on their period or have heavy flow. Um, homemade remedies for your common cold, a cut, things like that. That's what I'm into. I'm not into the whole boogly boogly, no, no, no. I'm not that deep into it. I'm just deep enough to try to learn how to use God's gift to mankind, which is basically the world around us, for the betterment of myself, my wife, my mom, my neighborhood. If I ever got caught up in, or not caught up, but ever got into a neighborhood group, so it's not for anything like that. I'm not into the spells. I'm not into that stuff. That's a little bit deeper than yeah, that's a little bit deeper than I want to really go at this point in time, because I have hard enough struggle as is without the other stuff. But I'm not gonna. I'm yes, Nelly. People do make mistakes. I've made a lot of them in my life, so I know what that's all about. Um, so I'm not that. How would you say it? Not that wicked. I don't know. I do not know if Sally is joining us tonight. I did send out that message that I would be on at 5. We just put down the dog. If she's on here, she hasn't said anything yet, so I'm not sure. Um, let's see here. Um, well, that's the thing is, Brenda and PA, everything I'm doing is natural. There is no unnatural stuff. Um, yes, I don't know anybody who has not made a mistake except for one person, and that was Jesus. He never made a true mistake. Everything was either plotted out or planned out, you know, and being he was the Son of God, he had that connection to the most powerful supply of positivity and truth you can think of. I mean, not to take this into a negative spin, but even the old gods made mistakes of one form or another. You know, Jesus was tempted 3 times, and every time he was tempted, he told the devil where to go and how to get there. Um, yes, yes, they're all good for cholesterol, and I have way too much of it. Or not cholesterol. Um, is it cholesterol? Yeah, the cholesterol is what's really getting to me, and that is genetics, unfortunately, because my cholesterol is way too high. I mean, shortly after we got married, me and Jerry, we went to Vegas for our vacation, our second vacation, basically. And I had gotten some blood work done before then and gave them a number to contact me in case of an emergency situation. And they contacted me saying that my triglyceride, not cholesterol, triglyceride, the bad stuff, was in the 1400 range, which is you should be a dead man type range, and I wasn't. And they basically told me that if I get any like, sorry, my throat's a little itchy, any heart palpitations or any kind of unknown or unnecessary chest pain or abdominal problems, go to the ER immediately. And I went, what? You know. And by the time I got that message, it was a Friday night, late night, and I was like, oh man, I gotta wait until Monday to call these people. And when I called them, they told me what the issue was, and I'm like, I feel fine. I'm walking around happy and you know, energetic and whole 9 yards. But it is what it is. I mean, but yeah, turmeric, garlic, and cinnamon are good for your well, good for a lot of different things. But the cinnamon is good for your triglycerides and cholesterol. Turmeric is, I think, also good for your cholesterol. And I don't remember exactly what the ginger was supposed to be good for. I might be mistaken on all three of them, well, on the other two, but I know cinnamon because one of the things that my doctor in New York suggested was taking cinnamon tabs, you know, little capsules full of cinnamon. I went, okay. Then I read up on it and went, that's why he wants me to take them because of that. Okay. But that's one of the things I worry about because my dad and my mom's side of the family has had um, heart attacks and other bloodborne illnesses. Luckily, knock on wood, I don't have. I'm not well, I'm borderline diabetic, or as the doctor told me back in my teens, when I was trying to figure out, you know, what my sugar levels were because of my father passing away from diabetes. Um, Basically, you know, they couldn't get a baseline. It was like go in, take the test. Here it is down below the line. The next test is up above the line, and it was just doing this for the different tests that they were doing on me for like 6+ hours. I think I don't remember that happened. That happened back in my teens, or like right around 16, 17 years of age. So it's been a while. Anyhow, let me get back to you guys. Hey, Wiccan. Uh, Good to see you. In fact, I need to get them again, turmeric chews. So basically, they came in these little square things, and you chewed them up and, you know, mushed them around, and then you swallowed them. Yeah, turmeric, ginger, yeah. No wonder a lot of Asian people who eat a lot of ginger don't get stomach issues. I actually found out that I like the ginger they put in with the sushi. I go out and get my favorite sushi on Wednesdays, which I didn't this year, this week, year, month, week. Yeah, I don't know. I had decided to eat it one day, and I went, "Oh, this is not bad." You know, I did not eat the wasabi though because I've eaten wasabi once before and went, "Whoa, no, too much, too hot." But that's me. Um, um, Outdoor wildcats. Okay. Sorry, I exactly kicking. I mean, there's very little non-natural aspect to, especially Wiccan or Druidism, because they base everything off of nature. Well, Druids did it mostly on the sun, moon, and stars. Um, that's one of the reasons why I don't like a lot of movies that give Wiccans or natural witches a bad rap. But I still live with Jesus in my heart, and that's what matters most to me. Uh, yes, yeah, we said something. Sorry, I'm jumping around. My bad. Um, no, that's fine. You're fine. You're fine, Wicca. Kicking it. Ugh, my brain is like all over the place. Um, we had a fairly good day. We watched Madam Web, which so far is like the worst MCU movie I've seen in a very, very, very long time. Oh, there's bluegrass. Let's see here. Turmeric is good for, and yeah, that's why Jerry Ann and I were eating it, or got the chews. I would like to get some more, but they're expensive. Um, we also had the chews in beet flavor, and I didn't like it the way that way because it was just like it tasted weird. Now, don't get me wrong, I love pickled beets. I mean, I can get a jar of pickled beets and they'll be gone within a week or two, depending on how craving I am of pickled beets. Um, but yeah, we had a good day kicking it. Um, sorry. Um, yes, turmeric is good for arthritis and anything like that. Ginger is good for the stomach. So is peppermint and spearmint, mint in general, as well as chamomile is good for the stomach. Um, and they do buy. You can go to most grocery stores and health food places and buy in tea form tea bags the different mint teas or chamomile. Chamomile is good for calming the nerves in general. Um, that's probably why I'm having a problem lately because I haven't had any of those good teas lately. I have to go out and buy some chamomile. I know I have plenty of mint. Um, Goldenrod is also good for lots of things. Yes, in fact, they mix goldenrod with a variety of teas, anything from nerves to stomach issues just straight up goldenrod. In fact, I used to, I don't know why I haven't in a long time, used to take capsules that were basically goldenrod capsules. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of good things out there that come from nature and have them. Don't even have to worry about witchcraft or anything like that for these different things. Because most of like I was trying to say earlier, but you weren't here, bluegrass. Most of the things I deal with are all natural. I mean, the my little apothecary's got all kinds of different herbs and spices for a variety of usage. The usages, I'm just trying to read up on herbalism for beginners. um, I'm glad to be on here too, bluegrass. Check the bottle. I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't. This right here is from Walmart's version of Mountain Dew called Mountain Lightning. Um, but yeah. Oh, you're checking your bottle. Okay. Chamomile is also good for helping you to sleep, especially if your brain or your nerves are a little out of whack and you can't just naturally fall asleep. And don't go taking Benadryl because I have taken Benadryl many a times to help me go to sleep and wake up in the morning like just what kind of drugs were in that pill type feeling. Mm. Yeah, turmeric calcium complete 500 milligram. I've heard of that. I've just never seen it that way. I've just seen turmeric in like chewables or pill form. Um, Not much going on, Indian boy. Chamomile calms, yes. You can use chamomile as a tea. You can actually turn it into a either a bath or there's a way to turn it into a salve or balm to put on like mosquito bites or itchy patches. So yeah, um, oatmeal bath, yes. Trying to think of how to make the chamomile salve that I had. Um, it was chamomile milk and honey, I think, um, and something else, and I can't remember what that is. But it cooled and calmed down the desire to scratch the heck out of you, and it became like a paste because there's something else in there. It was I don't know if it was flour or cornmeal, one of those two to thicken it up. Maybe it was baking soda. I don't remember. It's been a while since I had that formula. Let's just say. Um, um, take what with food? The chamomile? Yeah, you can. They've got it's a chamomile seed or something like that. You can put in with homemade oatmeal, like chai seed or anything like that. Um, yeah, you're gonna use Marguerite. I mean, you're a blessing in so many different ways of having a second child so soon after the first one. Um, I mean, I really like the idea that people are out there having children. Jay and I were not blessed with children. Let's see here. Yes, chamomile is like there's a lot of different herbal. Like if you go out and buy like the Sleepy Time tea, made by I think it's Bigelow. I'm not sure who the maker is. You read that box and it's got chamomile in there for Sleepy Time tea. It's got there's a tension tamer tea that's got chamomile. There's a lot of different teas that you can buy off the shelf for sleeping or tension or sinus issues, whatnot. Like chamomile, mint, spearmint, a couple different items that you can turn into a tea that will like help with your sinuses because of the effervescence, I guess you'd say. Did you get your ear pierced? Actually, I've had my ear pierced before, and I took my earring out for medical testing because the MRI machine, and I just recently put it back in. I also have one up in here, which I have not put back in yet. I'm actually thinking of doing that. Chamomile and lavender. Oh man, yeah, it helps calm you down, and the chamomile and lavender are like two of the greatest herbs you can find because of their. You can use them with just about anything. They're very diverse. Um, Sorry, I jumped around there for a second. Too soon to tell if it's a boy or girl there, Margaret. Um, Bluegrass. You were about the only person I don't know that can say that because I've never known anybody who's actually closest person I know that's had a boy and a girl. In this case, she has two of each. Now that's basically hippie mama or Lisa. Um, so yeah, well, of course, Margaret. I mean, you've got the little girl. He needs a little boy. So yeah, of course. Unless your first child was a boy, I can't remember. I'm sorry. I really am. Um, Honeycorn meal makes good fish bait. Well, I'm not a fisherman, but okay, I'll take your word for it. Um, I'm gonna need one son. Yes, of course. Lavender. I mean, I have a essential oil mixture that's lemon, mint, frankincense, and I forgot the fourth one. I'd have to go look, but that's in the other room. And I put that in an oil diffuser and run that at nighttime because it helps clean out our sinuses first and foremost, and it calms. It's basically for breathing to help you breathe, which Jay and I both have enough trouble breathing at night. Um, so yeah. Um, ah, Sorry. Uh, um, Indian boy. That's still up in the that's still in the works. Um, that's all I'm going to really say about it because I don't really know how everything works. I don't really know how things work to get from point A to point B. So right now it's just one of those. We're not really going to talk about it because we don't know. So yeah. Um, let's see here. Yoga brand tea just announced a big recall. Um, yes, I've heard about that. That's one of the reasons why it's either I go to a particular, I either order from a particular dispenser or not dispenser. That's the wrong word. I have a couple people in Springfield and in St. Louis that I can order through them. The one in St. Louis has most of my herbs and whatnot. The one in Springfield is not really herbal. It's a whole lot of other new age type stuff or metaphysical stuff. But I get most of my tea mixtures from those people. I only order from people I know and trust, and that's why I Bigelow and herbal. No, I forgot the name of it, but they've been around for a very long time, and I trust them. I have not heard anything about recalls from them. Yes, elderberry. I know a whole lot of elderberry because the mead, the mead that I get and drink a little bit at a time is basically elderberry mead. It's elderberry plus the honey and other natural herbs and whatnot that they make. Um, they make here in the States. I think they make it up in Minnesota. I know the other one that I used to get, but it's like almost $30 a pop, is basically from a distillery or meadery in um, in Norway. I can actually grab a bottle and read the back end and see exactly where it came from. But elderberry is good for a lot of different things. Um, yes, elderberry wine, aka mead. At least, well, I know mead. Mead does come. Elderberry does come in a variety of meads, um, which I'm going to talk about something here in a minute. Um, let's see here. I just want to. Yes, mint is awesome. Okay, no problem. No problem. No problem. Um, um, oh wow, you guys got elderberry bushes. Oh, I'm so jelly. Um, yes, elderberry would be good with with all the COVID and all that stuff. Um, let's see here. Well, right now, Becky, part of the good news is what we're doing here at the house because the our new realty agent, who's really good at her job, um, sent us over some information about how to set up the house for pictures, and that's what we're working on now. Now the thing is, the faster we get those pictures done, put out on the web and whatnot for the market, the faster we can start doing the possible other stuff. Right now, it's just kind of like I don't really want to jinx it by talking about it, but we are looking at several places here in Missouri um, that look really good for what we want and what we need. So we'll all be happy. Um, so that's all I want to say about that because I really, like I said, I don't want to get into too much detail because one, I don't know exactly all the ins and outs of realty and what you have to go through for inspections and agreements and financial type stuff. So that's where I'm at. Um, eat, Vix? Okay. Um, I guess if you make them and they're edible, go right ahead. Um, okay, so okay, you'd have to, all right. Um, oh, I'm sorry your foot's giving you problems, bluegrass. Sure, go right ahead, lay down. If you don't, if you're going offline, I hope you have a good night. Enjoy. Hope your foot gets better. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm. We're trying to go. forward. Um, hey, Ethel, glad to have you on board. Um, let's see here. Well, Ethel, Mom and Jerry are basically offline, unless they're just in the background listening, which is fine. Um, I'm actually glad a lot of you came back on here. Um, I am actually kind of surprised that a lot of the people from this morning who were, let's just say, weren't of the nicest sort, um, has not jumped on here. I'm actually going to cut this off here in a few minutes because I want to do a few things before I decide to lay down. Mostly because I have been so busy lately that I have not gotten a chance to really do a lot of what I wanted to do today, which is fine because usually Mondays around, or not Mondays, I'm already a day ahead of myself. Usually Sundays we spend most of our time just not doing any housework or anything like that and chillaxing, which is what we did today. There's just one or two things I wanted to do. Actually, I might not be able to do them because if mom's asleep, I don't want to do that because I'll wake her up, and I don't want to wake her up. I want her to get as much sleep as she feels she needs or can. So doing the dishes or dishwasher might not be a good idea. Eh, maybe I'll just journal. Um, let's see here. Can you tell us the name of the channel? Um, I do not remember Justice Girl. I don't remember her name, or not her name, but her channel. I think it's just I have to go back and look, which I'm not going to take the time to do because um, that's not really that important anymore. What was done, and I'm happy that, however, the woman who was basically being a bully got her just desserts. And since I saw it on her channel, um, and I think it was Josie's, not Jersey, Josie's girl. So, you know, look for that channel. Um, but I was going to look into it a little bit further to see if it was a real deal or just a con, or not a con, but a I don't know what to call it right now. But it's not really important, at least not to my channel anymore. Um, hey Jesse McGreen. But let's see here, Jim. Earlier, you did not get a chance to tell Jerry I am proud of her apology to the people, but didn't think she really owed the people an apology for being hurt like she was. She is human and has feelings. Um, we might not have seen that comment, Wicca, kicking and wicking. Sorry, my brain is working backwards. Um, we I don't think we saw that comment, your comment this morning, but I will let her know what you're saying. Um, but my thing is, you guys are right. She didn't have to. Nobody has to apologize to nobody. All right. I can't help that sometimes my words are rough, and people don't. I mean, literally, like I was trying to say, if I did not say a name when I said what I said, it wasn't aimed towards anybody because I could have said it directly to Mona, but I did not. But because about the same time she mentioned her daughter or whatnot, I was saying what I was saying, and no, it wasn't directed towards anybody. Because if y'all know me, I don't have a problem mentioning people's names if they're causing problems. I don't have a problem mentioning their names if I'm trying to congratulate them. Um, you know, Mona says that she was raised in the Air Force. I believe her. I give people that chance to make themselves believable. And I know that if she was raised the same way I was, because I was raised in the Air Force as well, we got no problem, saying things. We got no problem of putting people in their places. Okay. So I mean, it's like if I'm going to talk to some about somebody, I'm going to put their name at the beginning of the sentence. It's just that simple. Um, right, right. I know plenty of people in here kicking or waking would feel the way you feel. Um, it's just common. Most people would consider it common knowledge, or common feelings. Sounds like something's outside my door, like the dog's out of her kennel and roaming around trying to look for me. Um, we're not talking about her directly, Miss Lemon. Um, what you guys might not have. Hold on a second. Well, simply, Karen, I did not know that. A lot of times when I'm being me or being agitated, I don't read everybody's comments, so I know I didn't see her comment. And personally, if you have an issue with how things happened last Sunday, um, that ain't my problem. That ain't my problem. And if it was my problem, I would take responsibility for it. But I don't think it's my problem because a lot of you guys last week were taking a lot of things out of context and trying to make something out of it. And I can name at least two, maybe three people, but I'm not going to because I don't care. I really don't. Um, and as for talking about my wife, I will talk about my wife on a friendly platform. I am not going to get into any spats or arguments about how things are. Um, uh, but anyhow, well, actually, Indian boy, I'm glad you said something about that because I did, as we were looking through boxes to determine what was what in some of those boxes, I found it. Not only is this the book that I was using for recipes earlier on, but this is also, um, see, this book has been in packed so long, I didn't even know there was a $20 bill stuck in it. Um, but this was the book that I was reading about the Norwegian diet and the different styles, and it does, it gives you a lot of recipes, but it also says stuff like indulge once in a while. Let yourself have a cake or a piece of chocolate, but don't, eat half the cake or pounds worth of chocolate. Yeah, my lucky day. I know where that's going tomorrow, straight from Mountain. I'm at a Mountain Dew. I need to go for a run. But now that I've got my book, I can go through it again and try to find some more different recipes. I have it's probably packed away a book called no, that's in with the other cookbooks. It's called Scandi Kitchen or Scandinavian Kitchen, something like that. So it's food by the Nordic people because most of Scandinavia is Nordic or was once upon a time a Nordic nation. So yeah, I don't want to. That's why I'm trying to think about other things. Um, yeah, I know. That's why I'm trying not to. Oh, hey Mona, did not see you sneak in here. You're right. You're right, Mona. I just needed to let it go. Well, yeah, I'm happy for you too, Mona. I'm glad people are talking up or talking for you. I just don't want to hear it from them. I want to hear it from you, not a third party. Thank you. Um, yeah, it's nice to find money popping up out of nowhere. Um, well, I sometimes think I am a good teacher on certain things, Ethel, but I don't always think that I'm a good teacher because I know I'm human and I know I'm prone to mistakes. Everyone is. It's just sorry, folks. I want to get a little bit light from a different direction. The thing is, not everybody is willing to accept an apology or accept that not everybody's the same. I know I have flaws, and when I realize I've made a mistake or something like that, I do apologize. And I will continue to apologize until I feel I've apologized enough because I don't always think I've apologized enough. So, I mean, that's one of my many issues. Let's see here. Crafting Queen, you know what? You know what I said in what direction because I was not aiming it at anybody. And if you don't believe that, that ain't my problem. Because you know, I don't know Mona. I don't know how many kids she has or what level of education or anything like that her kids have had. So I'm Mona just asked me to let it be. I'm gonna let it be. And if you can't let it be and you want to continue like whatever it is you're trying to do, um, well, consequences will come. I mean, I've already dealt with enough consequences. I don't need everybody and their brother trying to jump in and tell me or say anything. Period. You know, trying to be nice about it. I'm trying to let it go because Mona asked me to, but you want to bring it up. So, what are you if you're not letting it go? In my book, you would be considered a shit stirrer. I might do that. Most of well, Taco Bell has Mountain Dew. um, Marguerite, I'm actually trying to plan out more about the Nordic people, and now that I've been watching or reconnecting with Curse of Oak Island, that's something else I want to talk about. So yeah, I'm trying to head down. I'm trying to head down a path I was trying to head down before a lot of things started up, and um, one of those things was talking more about the Norse and their way of life and whatnot. The other thing was natural, the the natural lifestyles of the ancient people. I mean, I've gotten into a lot of different groups on Facebook that talk about various ancient cultures and whatnot. One of the discussions we had recently was the Naztec line. Is it the Naztec lines? The big old lines and artwork or whatnot strewn across the land in South America that you can only see from the air. Things like that. So, yeah. Yes, I know that bluegrass, and that's why I'm trying to apologize. But then we have Miss Lemon, Crafty Queen, um, who seem to be wanting to stir up the issue when I'm trying to let it go. Um, let's see here. You got okay, Jesse. You actually enjoy my cooking tutorials? Wow, that means you've been on here for a while because I don't remember the last cooking tutorial I actually did. Probably before Jerry got sick. So yeah, I mean, hey, thank you very much. I'm hoping to do a more in the near future. Hopefully, once everything settles down with revamp or do I want to say revamping or just straightening up our house finally? Um, because one of the things that the realty agent sent to me and my mom, and I forwarded it to Jerry was basically if you haven't used it in 5 years, get rid of it. If you haven't used it in a year, pack it up. And I'm like, yeah, okay, if we can get, yeah, I would love to do that. Um, so yeah. All right, I'm sorry. I just, yes, damage has been done, but I'm trying to apologize for the damage. Um, but some of you don't want me to, or you are trying to get Mona not to listen to the apologies. So, I don't know what to say anymore. I really don't. Um, Thank you, Bluegrass, for the prayers. Um, uh, I don't know what excuses I'm making up right now. I know there was a lot of problems from that day, not only just because of Jerry, but just a lot of other things I can't, it's out of my control. Um, there are just certain things I have no control over, and obviously when I get too mad, I lose control over my own mouth. Let's see here. Uh, House of Joan. There's so many things I want to say right now, but their word at one, it's worthless because it seems like a lot of my words are falling on deaf ears. Um, I first off, I don't know how a lot of you guys can make comments about me because you don't know me. I mean, Bluegrass, he's gotten to know me a lot better than any of you guys have. Um, Actually, I can name off a couple people. I mean, um, Bluegrass, What Oh My, um, Nelly, Sheila. Um, they've gotten to know me well enough to know my heart, and a lot of you guys don't care. Either you don't care or you want to learn about it, so you can take it to your personal channels and tear me up left and right. And I know who you guys are. I really don't want to talk to you guys. Because you're two faced, and you call me two faced, and you call Jerry two faced. No, we have been nothing but upfront and honest with our lives. And I'm afraid several of you, once mom starts doing her thing, um, you're going to do the same thing to her if she starts getting out of your expectations. Because that's what you've done to me so many different times. Bluegrass, I have tried to say I'm sorry so many times in so many different ways to Mona, but I can't tell if it's getting through or not. I really can't. Oh, you think I'm wrong? See, you're one of the many people who basically, when you're on my channel, you're nicey nice and whatnot. But when you go over to House of Jones channel or any of those lives, no, you tear me apart just like the rest of them. So please, don't even. My father was the type of person who will look in your face and tell you exactly where to go and how to get there if he did not launch you out that direction. Let's just put it this way, okay? My father was one of these type of guys that everybody listened to. I mean, he was the type of guy that if he walked into an E.F. Hutton meeting, E.F. Hutton himself would shut the fuck up. Um, Second off, you lie to him, oh, no, you might as well go find another galaxy to live in. Um, he was the type of guy that basically he will give you anything and everything you need, but the second you start demanding it from him or stabbing him in the back, that was like, no, you might as well just go running for the rest of your life because he would not take that kind of shit. And the shit that's going on with this right here on YouTube, oh no, 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 no. He would basically tell you where to go, how to get there, and help you with directions and a flashlight and Geiger counter and whatever else equipment you need to get there. Um, no, my father was not one to mess with. Um, for the most part, he'll walk into a room filled with bad guys and enemies left and right and smile and look at every one of them and go, okay, who's going to be first? And I don't mean who's going to be the first one to voice their opinion. I mean, he's asking who's the first person who's going to say the wrong thing and find out what a wall feels like. My father had a very long fuse, but once you start, lying and backstabbing and trying to tell him who he really was, that was it. That fuse went from a mile long to a millimeter or whatever. It's no, no, no. Um, so yeah, I mean, have you ever watched the Vikings, the series The Vikings by the History Channel? He was like, you take Ragnar, Floki, Rollo, and Bjorn and mix the four of them together, and that's my father. He'll talk to you nicey, 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 but the moment you try to tell him anything negative about himself, because he already knew more about himself than anybody else in the world, yeah, no, no. He'll personally catapult your ass across the English Channel. Um, Mona, how true do you think my apologies are? I don't beat around the bush. I don't fake anything. All right, no. You think I didn't apologize to you properly? Well, that's not my problem anymore. That's yours because I made multiple apologies. Multiple apologies. Yeah, she did say let it go. Yeah, Jesse, I would really like to get back to cooking. It was one of my many joys in life. Well, bluegrass, I appreciate that, but sometimes I think certain people are on here just to stir up issues. Um, well, Mona, you were there that day. Otherwise, you got the information from somebody else. And like I said before, unless I mention your name directly, I'm not talking about you or your family. That's the problem. You're not understanding that one simple thing. I mean, come on. You grew up in the military. You know most military personnel don't talk about each other without mentioning the name first. Well, Ethel, it looks like a lot of people are wanting me to do more cooking tutorials, and I will try to. I really will, because I mean, if even if it's not Norwegian or Scandinavian type dishes, there's a lot of other dishes that I do partake in and love to make. So yeah, I've tried to bluegrass, but she doesn't want to respond to me, so I don't know what else to do in that area, and I'm just done. I mean, not that I'm done apologizing or trying to get her to see my side of the story. Um, I can't do nothing. I can only just talk and apologize and keep on apologizing until she either realizes that I am truly apologetic and sorry. Just I can't make anybody read or not read. I can't make anybody believe me. I can only just put out what I have to put out, and if they want to take it, they can take it. If they don't want to take it, that not my problem. It really is not my problem if they don't want to take it. Um, um, Well, Steph, I would love to do that, but you know what? There's just so many people who want to trigger me or push my buttons or cause drama of one form or another. And after tonight, those people won't be here because I'm just done with people wanting to. Um, Mona, I didn't say anybody was talking for you or thinking for you. See, that is the problem is you're somehow seeing between lines that aren't there. You know, I, that's fine. I'm, that's one of the things I'm going to try to get back to bluegrass because I'm, people are stirring up things about things that don't even exist or they want to, I don't know, whatever it is their problem is. Um, oh yes, Michelle's scriptures before she passed. Yeah, they were good ones. I gotta find that particular Bible because that particular Bible, which may be packed up, because I prematurely packed a bunch of stuff, like my Nordic Way book. Um, Yikes! I had a problem with. Well, I don't want to jump on anybody's bandwagons, but I was helping Lisa move from New York to Georgia, close to her family, and I was on the back end of our minivan at the time, and I went to slide off the side of it, and Jerry was supposed to catch me. Well, she caught me, but unfortunately, my foot, and I do believe it was my right foot, fell and twisted the wrong way, and I thought I was walking on a sprained ankle for a week in Georgia. And what ended up happening when I got back and I found out, oh yeah, you've got a hairline fracture, muscle pulled a chunk of bone off the top of your foot. And I went, what? So that's why I was popping freaking Advil like it was candy. But I can understand the agony and pain of a broken foot. So yeah, I feel for both of you guys. I mean, Mona and Bluegrass, because I mean, whether you're in a cast, like I was in an air cast, or if you had to go through surgery, which I did not have to do, it's painful either way. Well, okay, House of Joni, I understand what you're saying too, but the thing is, your idea of harming somebody and my idea of harming somebody are two different things. So what you say can feel very harmful and painful to me, while what I say can be harmful and painful to any number of you guys. I understand that, but I just don't like the idea of somebody taking my videos and my information for their own whatever on their own channel. I mean, that could be considered a copyright. Um, Not a good thing, especially without even talking to me about it. Just like Mona would have preferred to be part of the conversation, but at the time I wasn't listening or reading anybody's combination. I was just angry and frustrated and just started a rant. So yeah, I mean, it how would you put it? It's a matter of perspective of I just might do that, Nelly, if she'll receive a phone call. Um, but going back to House of, I'm skipping a lot of I'm losing um, comments and whatnot. I don't know how that's happening. But the thing is, all right, I am very sensitive to words because of the way I was raised. Now, like Mona, being raised in the military, you move around a lot. If Mona did not move around a lot, I am sorry. It's one of the many benefits that I had as a kid. But the thing is, in the German community, which I can remember, I'm an American. I'm a child of a U.S. military man. I was getting respect. I was getting polite. People were being polite and kind and understanding. And because the German people love the American people, because if it wasn't for the American people and our allies, or the British people and our allies, Germany Germany might not be the country we know it as today. Because we freed Germany from Hitler's tyranny. And you know, it's one of the benefits of getting to go see a foreign country and see how the people react to foreigners. I come back to the States after being out of the States for 3 years, and because I just came from Germany, oh, you're a Nazi, you're the child of a Nazi, blah, 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 blah. And I had to deal with that throughout the latter half of my elementary life. And I had to deal with other things similar to that in junior high and in high school and today. And I'm really frustrated with it. I it just, it, no, it's something I just don't want to deal with. And I will not, I don't let Jerry Ann treat me badly. You think she does because the way I sit next to her on her lives or the way she cuts people off, things like that. No, because if I was really getting frustrated from her cutting me off, and I think I did it today, I would let her know. I'm not letting you guys do it to me. I had it happen all my life. It ain't happening no more. I'm past my 50. I'm 52, heading for 53 this year. And I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not. I mean, so yes, I do owe Mona an apology, and it should be privately. But dealing with, oops, dealing with you guys on my YouTube channel, which is, yes, I know I put myself out in public, but the thing is to sit here and allow you guys to say negative things to me, whether you think it's negative or not, because like I said before, it's your words and how you put them out there that are harmful. You want to come and hit me? Hit me. I'm just going to get up and laugh, or I'm just going to get up and look at you like, what's the fucking problem? But your words, which are more harmful and cut deeper than your actions, that's what I'm not going to let happen to me anymore. I'm not going to let it happen to Jerry. And I mean, mom finally gets her channel up and running, and you start doing that to her. Oh no, that's where I will draw the line, and I will find a way to get you off of YouTube because no, you go after me, find a Danny. You go after Jerry. Well, she can deal with it herself. Go after my mom. No, no, that's a line that you do not cross with me. And if my father was still alive, yeah, still alive, you don't mess with family. Okay. But anyhow, Stefan, you're a messenger. Don't exactly know what that is. So maybe I'm out of the loop on that one. I guess Andrew was being a nasty little so and so. But here's the thing: is I have never had a mean streak, and I've never been this angry at people since my teens or 20s. Okay, this is you're literally bringing out a part of me that I thought I buried a long time ago when I said enough is enough. I stopped moping around. I stopped doing a lot of things that weren't healthy for me. But I mean, this is just, this is personally, I mean, for me personally, it's ridiculous. Okay, I don't care who said what last week, because that was last week, but I do apologize for it. I am taking responsibility for it. But when you're trying to add to the drama or stuff that I'm trying to basically get rid of on my channel, I sometimes I don't know how to respond. I mean, my moderators pretty much know me well enough to say, okay, no, this needs to get removed, or this needs to be blocked. Maybe even the person needs to be, put in timeout for 24 hours or whatever the maximum amount of time is. I don't care, okay? Because if you're going to be mean and nasty, that my moderators go, no, no, this is not, no, no, this is not on this channel. I'm going to say good for them. Good for them. Because I've had a hard enough life, and I'm still having a hard enough life because of my own conditions. Some of them are medical that can be taken care of by medicine and whatnot. Some of them are so deep that I don't know if I'll ever get over them, but I always remember the person or the events that occurred to cause their death. You know, I'm just not wanting to let negativity in my life anymore. And if you think I'm blocking you or you're getting blocked because I don't want to deal with it, well, you're right. There's enough negativity in my life, in the world around me. I don't need the extra. I really don't need the extra. But if you want to continue to either egg on the negativity or whatever's going on that I'm trying to alleviate, not only myself but my channel of it, then please, by all means, walk out the door you walked in here. Really. Because, I don't want to lose people, but the thing is, I don't want to in a, or live or work in a toxic environment. And that's what YouTube is becoming for me, a toxic environment. Now, if I choose to um, remove this channel from YouTube and go to someplace else where I can control it a whole lot better, then so be it. But the thing is, I'm not going to go because you suggested or demanded. I'm going to go because I decide to go. And I'm sorry, I'm a very stubborn person, so it's going to take a very long time before I actually decide to leave. Now, if I do decide to leave, I might do the same thing Jerry Ann is doing, which is basically you're only allowed on my lives via invitation. And I will try to find a way to send people out a message or find a way to get people to, if they want to stay on my channel, well, if I decide to go the same way Jerry's going, and they want to come in and listen, it's basically I will put out a message saying, give me your give me your contact information so I can invite you and give you a code for live. And yeah, I'm going to be very selective, but that's going to be my choice. I'm not there yet. I understand why Jerry is doing it now. I'm not there yet. And I can name names of people that probably will never get an invitation. But, you know, let me go back and look at some of your comments. Well, Stefan, I only had one real question about Jerry, and it was answered because it was not a obnoxious question. If there's others that I've had to I didn't see, well, that's fine, but it's fine and dandy, because maybe they weren't proper or good comments. And if these comments are happening off my channel, I don't care about it. If it's happening off my channel, and they're talking about Jerry Ann off my channel, that's fine, Danny. It can stay off my channel. I would prefer if it would. Um, yes, thank you, what my oh my. Um, we all people need their happiness. The thing is, if their happiness happens to ruin somebody else's happiness or life, then no, I don't agree. Um, yes, Stephen, I do understand. We do. Everybody in my house wants to be happy and wants to get back to a normal, undisturbed life. Um, I've got I've got my wife who we don't even know how much longer she has here because the doctors can't pinpoint that. My mom is up there in years. God only knows what's gonna, how long, how much longer she has with us. So we're trying to live our best happy life as possible. But if people want to come in here and disrupt the happiness or be negative to any one of us, then no, no, no. I will not deal with that. Um, um, that's your feelings and your opinion there, Helen. Um, you know, thank you for reminding me about my educational history and problems I've had. Thank you. You must have just made yourself very happy about that. Oh, Kim. Yes, what I meant by them, Stefan, is the grade schoolers in my school once I got back to America from being in Germany for 3 years. Yeah, they called my family a bunch of Nazis because we were in Germany for 3 years. Yet we're all three American citizens. My dad, my mom, me. Of course, I at the time I did have dual citizenship. I was born in the Philippine Islands on a an American air base. So I have actually two birth certificates, one for American citizenship and one for Filipino. But when my dad died before I turned 16, he made sure that once I turned 18, I was automatically set as an American citizenship, which the U.S. government granted. So yeah, but um, so Chicken and Wiccan, you have been nothing but positive for me and Jerry. So I thank you, and I am happy that you're amongst my actual good viewers. Um, so yeah. Um, mm, well, that's the thing, Jenny. Ba- we're trying to keep, just not my personal things or basically no financial, no personal hoopla about Jerry. I'm not going to get into a lot of personal stuff about myself. Um, I just want to talk about what I'm interested in, like the Nordic foods and people, which are part of my ancestors, the Bible, the good things of life. I'm tired of the negative stuff. I'm tired of people. I'm really tired of people being negative. Um, Oreo is good, Mary. Mary. I'm not going to go into detail, but there's a combination of too many people stirring pots that don't need to be stirred. I'm trying to make a major apology to Mona, but I don't know what's going on there. I want to try to get a hold of her tomorrow and try to talk to her personally, one to one without people. Um, Sorry, folks, I'm skipping again because I missed a lot of stuff. Mhm. Let me go back just a few. Okay, here we go. Mary believe that she's loose. Exactly, Nelly. I am losing control of my channel, and it is really aggravating me. And I want to go back to the way it was before all the negative people. The bakery group, and before Diane, before a lot of these people, Crafty Queen, House of Joni, people like that are they. I don't want to say they steered me the wrong way, but every time I feel like I am doing and saying exactly what I wanted to do and say, somebody comes on here and starts changing the channel conversation and what I had it originally set up for. So it's kind of like one of those. I want to go back to what it was before all this. But I am pretty sure there's a number of people in here right now that they're going to bring up the past when I don't even want to deal with the past. I'm trying to go back to basics. But some people just don't let other people go back to basics. They want to just they want to be what they say my wife is, you know, and that's the way I feel. Now they may feel different, but that's fine and dandy. That's their feelings. But a controller is a controller, no matter who they are, or what aspect of my life they are. And no, I'm not going to say anything else because exactly. Well, that's well, bluegrass. I'm sorry about your grandfather and what happened to him. They did the same thing to the Japanese. I mean, on the West Coast, they basically took all Japanese Americans and put them in concentration camps or controlled environments, basically. And uh, 223, hello. Um, yeah. Um, Stacy, I do not know what that is supposed to mean. BGL. Yeah, it's a new one to me. Um, my initials? No, those are nowhere near my initials. Um, no, I don't know what she's trying to. Oh, Bluegrass's initials. Okay. Okay. Um, uh, well, Mary, I don't know about an in-person job because of my people skills and anxieties. Um, Not trying to make up excuses, but that is the truth. I have social anxieties, and granted, I do have a medication, but it's happened so many times where medication gets overridden by my own biological system. I could tell you a really bad story about how bad my immune system is. Um, am I in Vietnam? only 20 people in the U.S. I'm sorry, bluegrass. I feel for you. I don't know exactly how many family members I have in the U.S., but I know my most of my dad's side of the family is, well, I'm gonna say a good 40 or more people. They all had big families. My father was the only person who had only one child, while all of his other family members had, multiple families. My Aunt Lee, who is my father's brother's wife, God bless Uncle Tom, they had, let's see if I can name them all. Yeah, this is going to be funny, Bluegrass, but these are the names of her kids that I kind of was closer to: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and then Debbie and Susan. And then another family member related to my dad, so basically my second or third cousin, had 7 kids. Some of my family here, from my dad's side of the family here in Missouri, that was Lawrence, Mark, no, Lawrence Newton, Tony, Marvin Jr., Mary, and Christine. Actually, Mary's the youngest. I don't know their age category, but Newton, Tony, and Lawrence. Actually, I don't know how many kids Lawrence had, but I think Tony and Newton had like 7 plus kids. So most of my family always had like huge family, a lot of kids and whatnot. So I have more family in the U.S. than I can count. So it's nuts, And then trying to keep in contact and know all the ones that I don't know personally from my father's cousins. I know I've got Texas, Colorado, California, here in Missouri, Washington State. So I've got family all over the West Coast. I've got very few here, I got some here in Missouri, and I don't think I have any family members that aren't in-laws west of Mississippi from my dad's side of the family. Now, my mom's brother Dave lives in Ohio, and most of her family, mom's family, are either here in Missouri or California and Nevada. So, but oh yeah, oh, passed away in Jersey. Death is a pain in the butt. Well, that's the thing, Stefan, or Sophie. Is it Sophie? Sorry if I've been saying it wrong. Yeah, there are a lot of people who would rather spend the better part of their life being negative and trying to treat everybody like piles of crap. You know, and I usually don't do that unless somebody does it to me, and then I sit there and go, nope, I ain't taking that. I'm returning it. Thank you very much. Um, but it I understand bluegrass. I really don't like the fighting either, but there are too many people wanting to push the wrong buttons, and yeah. Yeah, I got too many trolls in here, and some of them don't even say anything. They just sit back, watch, and take the information, and they think they know what they're talking about, and go spew it someplace else. And I hear about it, I catch wind about it, and I go watch it and go, where is this coming from? Because that was never discussed on my channel. And then people want to call me a big baby or something like that. I'm like, yeah, I was a big baby at one point in time. Now I'm just too pissed off to really, put up with it. And then I love how people who come on here, they get hurt by what I say, and they like literally act like children about it, and won't don't want to understand that. Hey, he's just human. Shit happens. Shit gets said. How many people out there have said something they don't mean when they're pissed off? The only person I know of is Jesus. Jesus will rebuttal and rebuke, but he won't, let it take control. Um, okay, Bluegrass, you have a good night. I'm probably going to be getting off this soon myself, but yeah, I've been on here almost 2 hours, and yeah, it's almost 10 p.m. Um, well, that's the thing, Mary. There are so many people out there who are wearing masks. They want to come to you and be like all nicey nice and try to get all the information they can, or something that they can use on their channel to basically make fun of me or make fun of Jerry. And I really don't care what they do on their channel. That's fine. And then they can do whatever they damn well want. But please do me a favor, take the freaking mask off. Because if you're gonna be an ass on your channel, be an ass on my channel so I can decide if I want to keep you on my channel or not. There are a few people on here that they're either no longer talking or they decide to get off for whatever reason. I know there's a couple of them that live in the East Coast, and a lot of you guys live on the West Coast, and you want to tomorrow morning is Monday, and a lot of you guys need to go to work. Um, I know there's a lot of people who don't work like me. I'm out of work because of medical reasons. I don't care if other people say, "Oh no, you're just lazy." No, that's not true. I'm out because of medical reasons. Um, all right, Indian boy, you have a good night. But the thing is, language, girl, you have never heard me get really belligerent. Um, no, Becca, I can see you guys fine and dandy. So you're not blocked. I haven't blocked anybody just yet, but that's coming. Rebecca Ivy, Miss Ivy. Um, uh, uh, you're something else, girl. Um, but yes, Rebecca, you're right. There are a lot of people who are on here that love me. Um, my name, what? I'm sorry, Stefan. Okay. I I figured it was. I mean, there are a lot of people on here that use just names that because they don't want their real name out there. Um, that's your choice. But like House of Joan, Crafting Queen, I'm pretty sure their names aren't their real names, and I hey, if they don't want to put their real name out there, that's fine, dandy. Um, you know, a lot of people have certain names because they don't want other people to know their real name for one reason or another. That's fine and dandy. I mean, I am James. Um, my last name is Henson. It's spelled the way it is. It's just like Jim Henson, the creator of the Muppets. Um, my father was James Henson as well, but our middle initial was the same, but the word or the name was not. Like he was James Daniel. I'm James David. The military wanted to call me Junior because they didn't use middle names; they just used initials. And it's like my dad would get pissed. He's not a junior. Um, or the one thing he said once when somebody called me Junior, And my dad went, Junior's in between my legs. And yeah, there was a lot of us rolling on the floor from that one. But that was my dad. He can turn comments or words around faster than I can. And um, no, Stacy, that's not her real name. Um, oh my God. Well, I would say yes, Helen, but this before things started getting negative when I was doing Bible chats and talking about the Norse people and things of interest that I love deeply. Um, okay, yeah, if that's your real name, um, I'm sorry for whoever named you because wow, if you grew up with that name, um, I can understand why you are the way you are. Um, Because if I had a name like that, boy, would I be getting into fights left and right at school more than I did already. Like finally getting pissed off at that one kid that kept on wanting to call me a Nazi in grade school, and I finally punched him in the freaking nose. Um, but see, that's the thing is I mean, everybody uses whatever they want to online, whether it's a made up name, whether it's a real name. Um, I I put up with so much, but like I've said multiple times, when it comes to family, no, you don't mess with family. That's the one thing I usually leave out of my serious chats, because I, why why do we need to put up with somebody who does not know us or know our families, and they make comments about us and our families without knowing Jack? It I'm sorry, it just bewilders me how anybody. um, no, no, because if I was going to have a name that matched my personality, and I did use it once before, and I actually use it on my a lot of different things, is Mad Viking, because it fits my personality. I'm sorry if it. If we were going to have names, that would be my name. Um, I wonder if I can change my legal name to that. Mad Viking Henson. I don't know. I don't have that kind of money, but you know. Um, but the thing is when I first started my channel, it was based on my beliefs in the Bible, my beliefs in Jesus. It was based on my heritage, my very wide spectrum of likes and interests. Some of it was based on what I picked up or what I read. Some of it was based on just common knowledge in my family. Um, Especially when we stopped listening to the crazy in-law. My cousin's wife, or my second cousin's wife. It'd be easier to say my dad's cousin. His wife had this like whole notion that she knew everything there was to know about the Hensons, and kept on saying, we've got Native American, we got Native American, blah blah blah, and I'm like, not according to my DNA chart. Um, and the thing is now everybody in the family said, "Oh, don't listen to her. She's crazy. She thinks she's got it all." Um, well, I found out that she was like, "I have the family history right here. I wrote it all down. Blah 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 blah." And it's like, okay, let's take a look at it. Oh no 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 no! I'll sell it to you for $50. And I went, yeah, bullshit. Um, so yeah, I call out my own in laws if I smell bullshit. and I found more information about me and my DNA than she said that was in the book. And I'm like, yeah, okay, there's no Native American in our bloodline. That's one. It might be in your bloodline, but not mine. Two, I don't think we ever roamed around with Daniel Boone or Davy Crockett, and I don't think we were at the Alamo because, according to the Alamo's information records, there was no Henson in the um, charts. Oh my goodness, you guys are amazing. I mean, not that I'm requesting any kind of muns or anything. Muns. Yeah, can I have some muns? What are muns? I don't know, but it's it's one of those things that it's like even everybody in the family's got more than a black sheep or two. Um, my one cousin said he was the black sheep of the family, and I was just kind of like, um, you want to argue about that? I mean, it's not like that I've been shunned by my family, but he did a few things that I can understand why he was shunned. But it's like, because if you knew some of the crazy things I've done, that goes against every God fearing religion, I'm pretty sure I would not be invited that often to your family's Christmas parties. But I was a real shithead, and the only thing I didn't do as a teenager was get into the drugs. I mean, about the closest I got was like, let's sample a peyote button since I was so close to the reservations, and that was trippy. Um, and I'm just gonna leave it like that because it was one of the reasons why I said enough. I'm changing. I'm going back to what I. But me now is like, no, I gotta find a way to go back to what I was originally doing on YouTube because, um, I got too many negative people on here, and if I go back to what it was, um, I am 80% sure that I'm gonna have a drop in viewers, which is fine and dandy to me because I said it once, I'll say it again. If most of the viewers that are on here to promote negativity and that kind of stuff, no, no. Um, yes, Stacy, if I heart it, it is a thank you. Um, um, okay, I'm sorry, Lori. I didn't think you say thank you earlier. I did not catch your name at first, but now that I'm looking back, I'm like, oh, okay. Um, but yeah, according to my knowledge, if you heart something, that means you liked it. Um, if you heart it and thank you, yeah, heart it and thumbs up. That's a definite thank you. Um, and so yeah. Um, yes, I just did. Nelly, thank you very much, and thank you to the person who just gave me $10. Stacy Keys. I really do thank you guys. Um, I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for your generosity. You don't have to, you don't really have to give me money. I mean, just your presence and your understanding is good enough to me. I mean, but it is everybody's choice, everybody and anybody's choice to donate or whatever. Um, yeah, I did heart it. Because I mean, come on, you guys are giving me money from your heart to my family, and I appreciate it. Um, like I was saying, I don't beg for anything. I mean, I don't demand anything, especially of monetary value. The only thing I ask for is respect, and I mean, you guys being here and being nice and supporting me, um, uh, not monetarily, but mentally, I guess you'd say, by just being here and speaking kind words. I really appreciate that. I will say that I do have my moments when I get moody and upset and start. You've already seen it once, just going off, just going off kilter. Um, you know, so hello, cozy. Um, well, in some ways, Helen, I mean, you asked a question that just triggered me, and it's not like a personal assault on you. It's just you said something that just triggered me, and I meant no disrespect. But when you start fishing for information or whatnot, that personally I don't think is pertinent. Um, yeah, it might trigger me, and I apologize because this is one of the many issues I have as a person with a lot of different health issues. Not only some of my physical health issues that I've been dealing with since I was a teenager, like seasonal bronchitis and allergies. That's a real pain in the butt because um, sometimes when I'm trying to sleep and depending on how I'm sleeping, I will snore like a chainsaw. Of course, Jan does the same thing. So we're in equal. I mean, I'm surprised we haven't scared the dog or my mom from our snoring. Well, simply Karen, if that is true, so be it. It is their choice to either keep to to their word or decide not to because I went off on a rant and I did not see her comment about her daughter and I was just rambling on. I mean, if you've been here long enough, there are certain things that build up and then me and my stupidity, and I will say stupidity, came online and started going off on everything, literally everything. So yeah, if they choose to take it off the board, that's their choice. I am not going to belittle them for it. Um, the only thing, I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just see right there. Simply Karen just asked or said something that I already knew was a possibility, and it basically triggered a response. Luckily, I kept myself under enough control to stop saying anything. Um, uh, um, well, Helen, see right here, you're that I already just explained. I'm sorry if my explanation was not understandable or anything like that. Um, I just have certain things or certain words that if somebody uses those words in a certain way, I get triggered. So I mean, it's something I'm working on. I've been working on for quite some time. Is I still have issues when people start talking about certain subjects. Now, without going back to look at all your comments, I couldn't give you an exact example of what you said. Um, that, and I don't know if it was you. You could have said something at the same time somebody else said something, and I got triggered. So, and best way I can describe it is, unless I say your name exactly with the comment, and if I did, I don't remember, so forgive me. Then it's not about you, because like I said in the past, I do not have any fear of saying a person's name when I'm directing comments at them. just like a little while ago, Crafty Queen and I had a little spat over names, and I'm still, you know, I'm still doubting that her name is Crafty Queen. I really doubt it because she had a different name or a different moniker um, a couple months to a year back, where it was not Crafting Queen or whatever. So I can't say yes or no. You know, uh, um, let's see here. Well, I think she is pulling my leg there, Stacy. Um, that's why I had no problem with the banter that we had because it was controlled banter, and I was just kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever. Um, let's see here. Jim, you apologize here, and this morning it's if it's not good enough, so be it. You don't have to kiss butt for them to be satisfied. Well, you're correct on that, Stefan. Hopefully, I'm saying your name correctly. Um, well, that's the thing is I'm trying my best to um, be conscious of what I'm saying and putting. I mean, not only am I trying to put up my best foot forward and a good face on, I'm I'm serious about going back to the way my channel was before. Whether I lose people or not, that's not my problem. Whatever they decide to do, they do. Whether it's sit back, say nothing, and listen, so they can go running off to someplace else to put out whatever they're going to put out. Um, because I've said it before, I'm not here to be ridiculed. I'm not here to force anybody to like me. I'm not here to kiss butt. I'm here for myself. I'm here for trying to put on some entertain. Be a little bit entertaining. Talk about the good things of life, and people want to be rude or belittle me or my family or anything like that. And I'm just done because I know when I first started this channel there was no negativity, and then because of Jerry Ann's cancer, which came about after I came on here, there's a whole bunch of negativity about us lying, putting on a show, paying people to give her um, a makeup job, faking a hospital room, faking information from the doctors. The documentation that we did show was not real documentation. It was all, you know, false information just to get people to feel pity for us for money. Like we were trying to get people to pay us to put our truth out there and our information about what's going on in our life. And it's like that's when things started going downhill with negativity, and I just kind of went, okay, yes, I did get involved. I did say a lot of negative things on a different place because I was upset. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know nothing about cancer. I didn't know about how much caretaking I would have to put forth. There was just a lot of unknowns. And at the time, I had a job. I was working a job. First, for a while, I was working at our local college in the cafeteria. And that went awry because of a person that I worked with was trying to call me a liar when it's like the proof is in the pudding on how you've been cutting the gyro meat. So I got pissed off and I walked off that job. Now I'm pretty sure I could probably go back and get it because a lot of people do that. I don't know if I want to do that because I don't want to work with that specific person. And two particular people I used to work with at the college, which were kind of keeping me in place until things went awry, they don't work there no more because they were unhappy with the way things were going. Then I was working in the mornings or no in the evening times over at Walmart in the deli section. and that went awry because I was taking too many days off for the health of my wife. So honestly, if I do decide to get another job, which I'm kind of looking for a part-time job, there's going to be a lot of like, okay, I can't do this, this, and this because of my lower back. But I can do the register. I can do stocking. I just can't lift heavy boxes. I can't twist and bend like I used to. You know that, and with I'm not trying to use it as a crutch, but it's a serious issue between bipolarism, which is like, even with all the medication I'm taking, I still can whip. So yeah, um, that's just the way things are right now. I would prefer to be able to stay home and take care of my wife, but financial circumstances may say otherwise. Don't know. Oh, I was looking um, at jobs recently, and I found one 30 minutes away. Well, I didn't find one. I thought about if I can get a job there. I would be very happy. I found out in Salem, there's an actual Viking meadery in Salem, and I just went, where the frick was that 2 years ago? Um, so yeah, I was like, how come I didn't know about this? I've been looking for this kind of shit for years. So I was like, really, excuse me, really happy to see that. Yes, my tears of joy because it's like there's a meadery nearby. Um, uh, and if I do go, it's like okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get my drink on, and then I'm gonna sleep in the van, and then come home the next day. Um, which Jerry's like, okay, there goes our money. I'm like, what are you talking about? But I'm not gonna talk anymore about Jerry. Just um, well, Stacy, you're correct. I mean, not if you don't want to use your real. I mean, she could have issues with people that she doesn't want to find her, so she's using a false name. I have no problem with that, you know. But when you're gonna try to pull my leg about it, I'm gonna be like, okay, sure, let's do the naming game because over the years I've had many different names for myself. I never well, I use them for gaming, but that's about it. And way back in before I met Jerry, it was well, I've had Grey Wolf, I've had Spirit Wolf, I had Ghost Wolf, and then I had Mad Viking and a name or two from a comic that I used to read. And I'm not going to say what they are because I still use them, especially those two. But I had a variety of different names for myself. You know, hey, we're Native American. Let's find a Native American sounding name to use. You know, the problem is a lot of the names that I was trying to create and use for gaming were already being used by other people, and I just kind of went, dang it. Um, well, that's the thing is, I mean, my real name has no connection to anything that could be negative. And I don't worry about cyber problems because it's like I used to joke when somebody said you shouldn't give out certain information. I went, well, even if I did give out that information, they would probably look at my bank account and go, let's give this guy some money. I mean, come on. There ain't much worse they can do except for, finding a way to get me in prison or something like that. But that can be looked at by the police and other different groups, and that person can get found. But anyhow, no, Stacy is not a moderator. Anyhow, I am loving this. I really am. But it is almost 11, which means I've been on here almost 3 hours. No, 2:10, 2 hours and 10 minutes. But I am going to um, sign off, and um, okay, that and a factor my tablet is about ready to die. But I'm going to say this much to you who have been nice and understanding and supportive. Thank you very much. I do respect you guys. I mean, I try to respect everybody until I get disrespected, and that's when I go, no. But you guys, thank you very much. Good night. See you on the flip side.